Hello, collective. Welcome to the Power of Three. This is a healing past life reading. I haven't done very many of these. They're honestly not that easy. It's September 12th, 2023. I've been mostly just trying to figure out how to help you wrap your head around what these are about. Um, because it could go off a little bit in different ways. So because not everybody believes in that. I'm not even saying that I do, but I know that other people do. That's why I'm doing these. I'm just gonna turn this a little bit. Um, so, for instance, myself, at the age that I'm at now, and I'm not gonna say what that is, but I'm a grandmother. Things in my past and situations that are no more are like a past life, right? So it could be that you're healing. Something that maybe you want to look back at because you feel you have the courage now where you didn't before. You just wanted to let it go and forget about it, and 20 years has gone by. So it could be that, okay? That's fine. And the way I'm going to format it tonight, too, is, kind of like the love bomb. If you can resonate with the overall energy, but if you don't, just one card through the spread might resonate with you, okay? And that's fine. Or you can resonate with the whole thing. However, all right, some people do feel like they came from a different time. And like, I don't mean like a different planet, no, but like back in the day, like you might feel like you're living now, but you lived like in the 1600s or you know what I mean, or the 1800s or the 1700s or even before that. I don't know. Like, some people, I'm just saying, they do. Maybe nobody that ever hits this channel. I don't know. So if something resonates here with you, then allow it to apply how it's meaningful for you and what you're trying to heal in what you consider your past life, okay? All right, now, I hope I didn't bore you to death with that, but I'm just trying to kind of help these along because they don't, they're not kicking off very good, and I find them epically awesome, so I just think it's a matter of understanding what they're about. Okay, so from our Heavenly Father, to kick this healing past life reading off for September 12th, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. It comes from John chapter 14, verse 27. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Very important to this overall energy here. It's coming from the Sacred Destiny. Adventures came out. Just trying to turn so you can see the word there. And to support that, from the Shaman's Oracle, we got Shaman of Loss. So for some of you, that is what happened in the past. There was a big loss. Okay? It could have been money. It could have been someone you love. You could have lost them to death. All right? Like, you could have had, what they're saying is this, like, you could have been married and happily, and your partner got killed. Okay? And boom, that life's over. Just in a New York minute. So now, years and years and years later, you may have healed from that to whatever degree a human heals from that kind of loss, but you have, and you may be remarried, or whatever it is that you're doing. That is a life that's in the past and it's over. Not your choice. So let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. What that's telling me is that you're being asked to repeat something that you know deep down somewhere within you you've done before, and it didn't go very good. And the Lord is saying, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Now, why? I don't know, or what it relates to, I don't know. But we're going to use the past life deck for the main spread. So that's why I say you might resonate with the whole thing, or it might just be one card that resonates with you. Thank you, Holy Spirit of Jesus, divine archangels, my spirit guides, and my earth tribe for being here with the collective in this healing past life reading for their highest good. Food and hunger. So again, that kind of relates to the loss, doesn't it? You know? You might have just, you might have experienced that growing up. Growing up in lack. Hungry half the time. Shaman of loss. What else for the collective? Trees. Some of you may feel very, very connected to trees for whatever reason. You may see the life within them. Some of you maybe believe that you've reincarnated from a tree. You were a tree in a past life. Saw a lot of things. I don't know. Like I say, people's beliefs are very different from, like you might not think that, and I might not think that, but there's somebody out there that might. I feel it's more anything, it's a connection to trees, and you're unsure why is it so strong. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to like trees, but I think this goes above and beyond that. Imprisonment or slavery. They're also saying that these times here, the hunger and the imprisonment was at a time when there was more trees on the earth. So we could be going back, way back, right? And again, you can see how you can split that off into three. Again, you don't have to resonate with the whole thing, all right? Baby, at the bottom of the deck. Some people remember being a baby. I don't. But some people say they do, so there might be things that you're trying to heal that you remember that most people wouldn't remember at that age. Because people maybe thought they could get away with doing things to you because most babies don't remember that kind of thing, right? So take that how it applies. I'm not going to say anything specific, but this is the Clement Tarot that we're going to use for the clarifier. And it's probably, I wanted to go back here to the overall here. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Adventures is, I feel like somebody, one of you, or maybe a few of you, but at least one of you, has been given an opportunity to look into something. Or you were digging around somewhere and you found something. And now the Lord's saying, okay, there's the information you need, but now you're scared to actually look into it. Because you're scared what you're going to find out. For the collective, please clarify food and hunger. Page of Swords. I definitely feel like this is an absolute memory that you can't explain. But you don't, nobody else remembers these things, only you do. And you may have, oh. What they're saying is what you remember is, and I think that maybe this is why this is bugging you, making you feel icky, is what they're saying. Being very descriptive here. But for some of you that resonate with the food and hunger, you weren't the one that was the lack of food and hunger. You, as a baby, this baby here, okay, the baby at the bottom of this deck, the Page of Swords is also a young energy, not a baby, but a young energy. But I don't feel like you came from why is this word left me? You were rich anyway. Like you were probably the king's son or daughter or something like that. I'm getting son, but you know what I mean? But you witnessed, or you feel that you did in a past life, or like I say, it's in this life, but a long time ago. But what they're saying with this is you had no control because of your age. It wasn't up to you. And you were born into lavishness while the rest of the country or, city, whatever at that time starved around you. And meanwhile, no lack behind those kingdom walls, so to speak, right? Like that. And it, like you carry a guilt about this. Trees. This would be interesting. Clarify trees. Fancy, what are you doing? Fancy. Stay here, come on. Okay, there it is. Queen of Wands. I feel like someone here, this is a different person, feels that the trees speak to them. You get messages from the trees. If you sit in a thick enough forest and there's enough of a wind but not too much, messages come through the trees. And this person, whoever this is, whoever this Queen of Wands is, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it could be. The Queen of Wands is somebody very beautiful, very peaceful, very spiritual. You're drawn to the trees. You're drawn to the messages that come through the trees and through the wind. And it's those messages that keep driving you forward. But how do you definitively figure out how or why you're connected to the trees? If you resonate with that sincerely, we could do more about that. Okay, but I'm not going to do it in this reading. That's all I'm going to say about that, all right? All right, imprisonment or slavery. The King of Wands. Look at this. There's a soulmate energy out here as well. Is it possible? See, because this King of Wands is coming out under the imprisonment or slavery. And remember over here, the Page of Swords, I said, was under the food and the hunger. Okay, this Page of Swords witnessed and was out of their control because it's their father as the king calling the shots and taking all the money from the people and letting them starve, taking all the food for himself and his family. But I feel like they're all connected. Now again, you can just be resonating still with one, but there's a whole storyline going on here. So whether, you're the Queen of Wands like the mother, okay, under the trees. But this king is the one that's making everybody go hungry. This king is the one that's throwing people in prison or turning them into a slave to bring more food for him. Well, the queen is just kind of going off spiritually here because she's married to a tyrant. Probably this is a time where you couldn't get away from that, especially if you're the queen to this king. And then you got the page sitting here looking at what each one is doing. So like there's 3 spots here for people, you know, but it's one storyline here. It's one message. Or this is what you've picked up on as you've been going, looking. Because again, I feel like you've stumbled upon something and now you're afraid to actually delve into it because it's adventures. That's why this is here. Because this is what it's turned into. You've done your homework to the point of finding out there was a reason to do your homework, and now you're kind of scared to keep on going with it because you don't know where this is going to go. And it's not looking that great so far, I'm going to say. And it's not your fault, all right? It's not your fault. But you might be a very sensitive person that feels like, you know, you're really sensitive to loss or other people's loss and pain, and you don't want to be connected to this. Maybe it's you realizing that it's not you in a past life, but maybe your ancestors from way back, and you've been looking into your family tree. So you don't know whether it's you in a past life or are these your ancestors, like, because you may have had also feelings or dreams, and like I say, drawn to digging into certain areas, and the more you dug, the more you found out. That's what I'm getting here. You know, well, you're either going to resonate with it, you know, or you're not. Like, again, somebody might just feel that they've spent time somewhere, either, you know, in whatever way, seeing a lot of famine and a lot of hunger and death through that. But I just can't get away from this king over here. It's all purposeful from some sort of leader that is, you know, and there's soulmate energy here. I don't know, this is King of Swords at the bottom. Look at this. How he's sitting there with his elbow, like, thing in deep thought, deep absolute thought, and that sword is so huge. It's like you found out. So I feel like there's an air sign here that's finding out about whether you've taken your parents' information, this King and Queen of Wands here, that's in the here and now, and their information, and thrown it all into something and found out. And now you're just sitting in deep thought. Because you as this king might have been, you know, related to this Page of Swords in the past. Because he might not have lived very long. I don't know where that came from, but... Okay, the Morgan Greer. Let's fine-tune this with the Morgan Greer Tarot. For the collective, September 12th, 2023, for their highest good. Anybody that is resonating with this energy, please fine-tune this for them. Adventures and Shaman of Loss. King of Swords, he's at the bottom of the deck. So I just feel like if you're an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, you're probably resonating with this. I don't feel that the King and Queen of Wands would be here resonating with this. It's about them. and I feel like it's a King of Swords that's resonating with this past healing past life. The one that's whether you're a male or female, it has put you in a very vulnerable spot now in the information that you found out. And in order to continue looking into this, it's going to change you. It's going to change your views on things or people, perhaps. And you're getting encouragement here from the Lord. He's with you. Because it might be really important, like, this isn't funny. This is, this could be both, and it seems like it's both some very serious things. So, you're going to be entering into, yes, an adventure. And it's going to be an adventure, which can feel a little unsafe sometimes, and you do feel like you're risking some sort of loss. And that could be anything. It could be the loss of respect for somebody. It could be the loss of anything. You follow me? Like, you could just, maybe you're worried you're going to feel different about something or somebody. Or it's going to have you traveling somewhere you don't want to be, or, like, it could be anything. Take it how it may be applying for you. Page of Swords under Food and Hunger. Page of Pentacles. Again, this is the Page of Swords. Remember how I said he comes from this? The Page of Swords is him. The Page of Swords is the young energy that witnessed, see, thoughts, words. Why do the people look like that? Why do the people not have enough to eat? Okay, this is that same page, you see, because he's got, look at the huge pentacle he's got. Look at his hat with a feather in it. Like, he's this person, this air sign, wants for nothing. And he feels bad because he sees everybody around him needing and have nothing. And it's because of who he's related to. It's because of his parents. It's because of his, you know what I mean? Okay, the king and queen making the decisions. Queen of Wands under trees. Ten of Pentacles. See, they're in it together. Equal split, 50-50 of everything they take from everybody else. And you don't see the Page of Swords in there, do you? No. But he's there. It's weird, too. If any other Ten of Pentacles, there's like a dog and the grandpa and some kids running around and stuff. Not on this one. It's just him and her. That's why this Page of Swords, this energy over here, is the one that's trying to heal themselves in this life, or in the here and now, however that applies for you. King of Wands under imprisonment or slavery, or both. Queen of Pentacles. All I'm hearing is in it for the money. They don't. This pair here did not care who gets hurt. And it's going on today, and I think that's what's bringing it up. Something that maybe you wanted to leave in the past, thoughts, feelings, guilt, whatever it is. But because it seems to be happening again in the here and now, in this modern age, and around us, this is what's bubbling it to the surface to make you deal with it, so that you can deal with the here and now and possibly make the here and now better, as opposed alongside of your past life and healing it for yourself now. Good grief. Five of Swords. You see, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid, because you have the sword of truth and you have the Lord on your side. So you will fight your enemies and win, if that's what it takes. And I think that's what you fear, is that you're going to create enemies by things you find out, lose respect for certain people. I just fell off the table with my elbow. I hope you follow me here. Like, it's just, I think that this person, right at the beginning, they know this is not going to be easy. It's going to be an adventure. It's not going to be all bad, but you know that there's a good chance that you're going to find out some things that you maybe would rather not find out, but it is what it is. Okay. We're going to use the my precious little unicorn deck to close this out. And I'm glad now. I see why. I never know why when I'm told what decks to use for these readings. But when it comes to the end, then I can see why. So I don't use this deck very often on camera. For the collective, to close out the past, healing past life reading. You think I'd get that right by now, wouldn't you? Please give the collective the message that they need to take away from their healing past life reading and close this energy out safely. Thank you. Ooh, nice card. You got thankful. Think about the people and things you feel grateful for. Which is always a good energy to put yourself in when, you know, you're feeling down, you're feeling sad, you're feeling scared, you're feeling helpless, you know, frustrated, whatever. Just try and be thankful for what is good right now. You know, what you can pick up and hug and love and take care of. It's not easy, I know. Don't let this consume you. Take it one step at a time and know that you have no reason to be troubled or be afraid. Just ask Jesus to go with you. He always does, before you and with you, and all you do. But reach out and ask and be thankful for what is good now. I'm going to leave it there for you, folks. I hope this has been helpful to anyone that it did actually resonate with. So go ahead and hit the like button if you do like these messages, and subscribe. These things are free. It just lets me know you like it. And until I see you again in a few weeks for another one, stay in God's light and enjoy His peace. Bye for now.